And we might do this point extraction for the insane descent area then, in the Crystalline Caverns. Alright, Bosco.
An area filled with Aquarqs, and you get to bring them all back. Search for a blue shimmering light and extract the Aquarq from within the walls.
Yes.
We've sent in a specialized heavy lifter, and we're expecting heavy resistance, so the lifter's been equipped with heavy armaments. But keep focused, it's about the goods.
So this mission is about the Aquarqs, so I'll go up and I'll show the actual refinery. There's a nice little path there that we can get up. So on an Aquarqs mission, you'll always get this mine head will get generated and dropped down into your mission. It's equipped with a couple of big machine guns, which will help you defend this area. Essentially what you're looking for is you're looking to go and collect a bunch of resources and bring them back to this area. Key takeaways to keep in mind on this level. This level you don't have a mule, so there's no molly to help you cart everything around. So if you do want to deposit minerals that you find throughout the level, you will need to make your way back to the minehead in order to deposit the minerals in this section. The minerals that you're seeing, you can see these little speckled minerals around like this, and then you can see the center glow here. That means that the Aquarqs is hidden in the dirt behind here. And you can see the same sort of thing here, and this will be for a Jadis crystal. So what you want to do is, we'll use this Jadis crystal for an example. You'll come up here, you'll see that this is like glowing in the center. What I like to do is that if you want to get like a really good spot, you can kind of move your flashlight away, or you can hold down F to toggle your flashlight off, and you can see exactly where it'll be. And then you just mine through until you get to the center of it, and there he is. And there you got a Jadis crystal. And then we throw it up here, and we go and we deposit that on the minehead. We want to be looking out for these blue Aquarqs. They've got a really funky name. I keep going to call them Aquarqs, because I think that it's like aqua, like blue Aquarqs. We'll check to see if there's anything else over in this section. It doesn't look as though this side of the map is very large. We'll get Bosco to go through and mine that gold there, and there is a fossil up there, which as far as I'm aware, Bosco is not able to collect fossils, so we'll just need to climb up ourselves and grab that one. And we'll grab this gold, and we'll probably get Bosco to grab that nitra as well once he's ready. So the basis of these levels is it's more of a combat focused mission. Almost all of the point extraction missions will have the same sort of dealio, where you'll be dropped into a large cavern with the Aquarqs like hanging up here, there, and everywhere. I haven't really made it into any mission where you get a very like long winding cavern where you have to go and search for it. It's not like a Morkite mission where you saw we were walking through and going down a linear path in order to find out where the Morkite was. It's very much just, hey, here's a huge cavern for you to go and just do bits and bobs in. Usually on these missions, it's also a good way to, a good idea to have a scout come with you. Because by having a scout, you have the ability to go through and collect things like the fossils. You'll usually find things like collect fossils or collect a poker blooms usually happening on these levels. And the scout can be good for that. Scout engineer combo in most situations when it comes to collecting stuff is usually the way to go. I'm actually just going to platform myself up this way because I can't be bothered trying to parkour. Hopefully that is low enough for me to get up onto. Woo! Very close, but we are there. But yeah, essentially all we're doing on this mission, these missions, as all missions, like on the lower difficulty levels, it's not super difficult to do. Usually on the higher difficulties, you'll find that you'll get swarmed repeatedly and you'll really need to stick on the minehead in order to defend it so that you can make real good use of all of those turrets. And then if you just continuously drop like resupply pods there. Bosco, can you just grab that one for me? Thanks, man. If you just focus your resupply units down that way, focus your like engineer turret in that direction, that'll be the easiest way to go through and properly defend yourself on this mission. You know what? You can be Steve. Thanks, Steve. So what I just did there is a perk that I have. What that essentially allows me to do is it allows me to go through and recruit a Glyphid Grunt once per dive. So this is now Steve with 2 E's. Well, 3 E's technically. And Steve is great. Steve is our friend. Steve will now fight for us. Go, Steve. Yeah, look at him go. So that is a cool perk to have when you're doing solo missions. Having another body to kind of soak up damage and having another body to dish out damage. While not super important, when you get onto the higher hazard levels, it's definitely something that can help you out. Did you drop the Aquarqs that I gave you, Bosco? Bro, you dropped it. You just left it there. What are you doing? He lifted it up for like half a centimeter and he's like, oh, I'm done. There you go. I'll just leave it here. I'm sure Whippy will go back and grab it. Or did I not grab this one? Am I the idiot? Is he the idiot? I don't know. How did I ended up with one in my hair? Oh, maybe he flew up behind me and then I grabbed it out of his hands rather than grabbing my own. I'm going to say that it wasn't him. I'm going to take fault of my own, if only because I don't want my boy Bosco to feel like he's done a bad job when he is the sole reason why I have managed to get through any sort of solo missions. So another thing that you can do with Bosco on your solo missions, I just accidentally shot Steve in the face. Don't worry about that. Another thing that you can do with Bosco on your solo missions is if he is carrying something like this, he'll float towards you and you can hit E to pick it up. But what you can also do is that if he's a decent way away from you, or if he's just close to you, if you just hit X, it'll be like a, hey, over here, and then he'll just throw it to you. Watch. Oh no, and then I pet Steve instead. Hey, Bosco. There you go. It's like an alley-oop. You are a terrible friend. Alright, well, look. It's true, but you don't have to put it out there like that, like, jeez. Ooh, tough crowd. Apparently this fossil spawned here, so that's cool. We'll grab that. Oh, another fossil there. I'll get Bosco to mine out that nitra for me. And there looks to be a couple more Aquarqs here and there. So, go grab these ones out. I wouldn't say that this mission type is the best mission type. I think it's interesting. It serves as a different sort of like way of thinking about it, more combat orientated. But I can definitely see how it could be a bit of a pain in the ass, especially at the higher, difficulty levels. And you get a notification once Steve is no longer with us, because your dwarf will be say something along the lines of, "Steve died for us. Long live Steve." I'll get Bosco to mine out this last one here for us, just to make life a little bit easier. We should be pretty much sitting pretty, and we just need to look for where those fossils would have spawned, where most of the time they tend to spawn on the walls, from what I've seen. You do get like odd ones where they'll spawn like floating in the middle of air because the drop pod came down and just like smashed through everything, which can be quite funny to try and get to, but for the most part they'll usually spawn here and there on the walls. Whee! And I missed. That's fine. I haven't seen any Bismore while we've been in this area, I've just noticed. There's another fossil there. Cool. How many have I got? 2. We need 3 more. We need 2 more. We need 1 more? Nope, that's a loot bug. Oh, there's another one. Alright, cool. We need 2 more. 1 more, actually. Oh, there he is. There's the last one. Cool, 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 cool. So yeah, as I said, these lower difficulty levels really aren't much of a challenge at all. So keep in mind that when I show these kind of things off, the levels will be a lot more difficult if you're playing on like hazard level 3 or hazard level 4. Just the jump between hazard level 2 and hazard level 3 is kind of nuts. What do the loot bugs give you? I'm glad that you asked. We'll wait until Bosco makes his way over here. We'll deposit this and then I'll show you what the loot bug does. So, hello. No, you're a terrible throw. I would say horrible catch, but it didn't even get close enough so that I could actually catch it. So, okay, cool. So there was a loot bug over here. Yeah, okay, cool. So these are loot bugs. So they're cute little things. They're completely non-hostile. They'll just float around. But what they do is you can shoot them and they will die. And they will explode into nitra and gold. So They're good to kill in a pinch in order to get like a little bit of extra resource. If you're struggling to get nitro, you can go through and kill a couple of loot bugs and that will give you enough nitro. It usually only gives you maybe like 4 or 5 nitro, but if you kill a few loot bugs, you can get close enough to the point where you'll actually be able to order yourself a resupply. And also, if you feel like min-maxing it a little bit more, you can actually give them a pet. And sometimes if you give them a pet, they will actually drop nitro or gold. And they just get very excited. But yeah, you don't need to kill loot bugs. Sometimes in like the deep dives and things like that, it's worthwhile to kill loot bugs. But yeah, they're good in a pinch that you can kill them and gain some nitro in order to order a resupply pod. So now that we've gotten all of our Aquarqs, we're going to go through and launch this rocket, and then we essentially need to defend this spot for about 2 minutes until the escape pod arrives. So yeah, now we essentially just run around and do stuff. On higher hazard missions, it is good to just stick around on that specific mine head in order to ensure that you do not die. But because this is a lower level mission, I can just kind of run around and do whatever it is that I feel like doing. And what I feel like doing at the moment is searching around to see if there's any other things that I missed while I was here that I can go and grab. Any other resources like the beer crafting components or any other Jadis crystals. I didn't see one goddamn bit of Bismore the entire time while I was in here, so I guess like that was a lie, which is cool. Oh, Bismore. Perfect. Wonderful. See, it's always worthwhile to run around and have a bit of a check because you might find some more loot. That sounds like a Praetorian has spawned, which it has. You can usually tell that a Praetorian or an Oppressor has spawned because they will basically scream at you, and then they will be there. And they are also very glowy. Do bugs prioritize you or the ship? As in the minehead, the bugs will only prioritize you. So this minehead is completely like indestructible. Like you can't damage it at all. Where's the drop pod? Okay, it dropped over there, which is nice and close. So it's not a matter of that you need to actually defend the drop pod in order to make sure that it survives. It's more just the fact that you need to survive. And then once you have survived long enough, the drop pod gets dropped, and then you can head on your merry way. I do need to deposit this Bismore first. And then off we go. And also you can slap these dice before you get in, just for good luck. So yeah, all around, that was a nice, easy mission. Very successful. I got exactly out of it what I was hoping to get out of it, which is great. So yeah, we end up getting a little bit of Jadis, a little bit of Bismore, some experience. And that's about it. That is a point extraction mission. They're definitely not my favorite mission. They're okay. Most of the time I find them a little bit more frustrating than they need to be. But that's just because you'll see spawns of like Aquarqs where it's like spawned like right at the very top of the cave and you're like, how do I even get there? There's no structure around it that I can climb up or anything like that.